She was a tough-looking sentence, and from the way she sauntered into my office, I could tell she was carrying a lot of information. Still, reading her wouldn't be easy. I was gonna have to make inferences. Hey, what's up, readers? I'm taking advantage of the scratchiness of my voice due to the cold that I have to talk about inferences, which is kind of like detective work. What you're trying to do when you make an inference is first you need to be looking at a text, and we will do that in a second. But what inferring is drawing a conclusion or coming up with some idea based on information that isn't explicitly visible. So for example, if I say my birthday is in the beginning of August, if you're a big zodiac person, you can infer from that information that I am in fact a Leo. Inferences are one of the ways that we as readers can make predictions or go deeper in a story. Because sometimes what is not said in a piece of writing is as important as what is being said out loud. Now, before we get all stuck in theory land, why don't we just take a look at an actual chunk of text. All right. Michaela danced so wonderfully that she was awarded a scholarship to attend the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School at the American Ballet Theater. That was only the beginning of her dancing success. When she was 17, Michaela danced with the Dance Theater of Haarlem Professional Company. Later, she joined the Dutch National Junior Company. Today, Michaela is a soloist with the Dutch National Ballet. All right, I'm going to put on my detective hat and start making a bunch of inferences about Michaela. So what conclusions can I draw from this text? So we know that Michaela is a dancer, right? And not just any kind of dancer, she is a ballet dancer. Today, she is a soloist with the Dutch National Ballet. She received a scholarship to the American Ballet Theater. So I'm gonna start scribbling things down about Michaela. She is a dancer, not just a dancer, she's specifically a ballerina. Now, I don't know where the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School at the American Ballet Theater is, but from the name American Ballet Theater, I assume that's in the United States. Also, we have Harlem, which is a neighborhood in New York. So I'm going to say used to live in the US. And how do I know used to live? Well, because it says later she joined the Dutch National Junior Company. And today, Michaela is a soloist with the Dutch National Ballet. So she graduated from the junior company to the full National Ballet Company. So I know that she once lived in the United States, because here she was at the Dance Theater of Haarlem, here she was at the American Ballet Theater, but now she lives in the Netherlands, right? That's what Dutch means. Dutch is the adjective for someone from the Netherlands or Holland. Now, these aren't random guesses. The difference between inference and just straight up guessing is that an inference has to come from somewhere. It has to come from not just like a gut feeling, but it has to be supported by the text. So I'm using my background knowledge about geography and the world of dance to make these inferences about Michaela's life. Similarly, I can make an inference that the scholarship that she got was probably a pretty important one. First of all, because the passage says that was only the beginning of her dancing success, but also because of the name of the school. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis is the name of a First Lady of the United States. Jacqueline Kennedy was President John F. Kennedy's wife. And so the idea that there is a school named after a former First Lady of the United States at the American Ballet Theater suggests to me that Michaela getting a scholarship to attend this school is a very fortunate thing for her indeed. Now, from this passage here, we don't know what Michaela's life was like prior to receiving the scholarship, but it does seem to suggest that it changed her career as a dancer. She was only 17 when she started dancing with the Dance Theater of Haarlem. So an inference that I can draw from this passage is that Michaela was younger than 17 when she got the scholarship, and that was the beginning of great success for her as a dancer. Now, there are things that kind of stand in the way of making inferences in this passage, and one of them is like the length and the complexity of names like Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. That's a long, kind of unwieldy name. Sorry, Jackie-O. Another one is knowing where Haarlem is, that Dutch means the same thing as the Netherlands, what it means to be a soloist. There's a lot of background knowledge that I'm bringing to this text. And so if you find that you're having trouble making inferences about a passage, It's probably not that you don't know how to make an educated guess about something. There may be something blocking your understanding, like a vocabulary word or a piece of background knowledge that you don't have. And this is one of those don't be afraid to ask questions moments. So when you're asked to make inferences about a piece of writing, don't limit yourself to just the stuff that is on the page. Using what's on the page already as your jumping off point, use what you already know about, geography or the history of the world or culture, and see what connections you can draw between what is being said and what that information might imply. You can learn anything. David out.